Jake, what tribe in Aether Drift get the best new stuff in Standard?
I would have to say Goblins. There's a lot of new cards, but you guys gotta see these.
Heck yeah, I guess this week we're playing Goblins. Greetings, Goblins and Geist.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Blake.
And welcome to The Cloudpost, where we have new Magic the Gathering arena videos every Friday. We do ask that you like this video, and we do ask that you subscribe so that more people can see it.
The Cloudpost does not pay for advertising, so please share the video with your friends. It really helps grow the community, and we thank you for that.
Without further ado, blast off, because it's Goblin time.
Alright, Jake, you have brought me something spectacular this time. Walk me through what this Goblin deck is. I will say, I see a lot of new things here.
Absolutely, a ton of new cards, and I want to preface by saying, of course, I did not make this list, but this is arguably one of the spiciest decks that was at Pro Tour Chicago. We're still very recently coming off of this. I saw, an article, and this is from Zuyan Chen, who is actually the reigning regional champion of Chinese Taipei, so a very accomplished Magic player. And he's actually quoted talking about this deck and the fact that a lot of new Aether Drift Goblins were printed. He feels that they were really powerful and enough to actually play this at the Pro Tour. So that sticks out to me. We will talk about some of these new Goblins, Blake. Namely, Burnout Bastronaut.
Burnout Bastronaut I have seen when I got to play pre-release or draft. Regardless, this card is incredible. Yeah. Very, very good new Goblin.
Yeah, so you're going to see a theme that a lot of these new Goblins are getting a bunch of abilities. We have a lot of mana sinks in this deck, which gives it a different axis to operate on. But here, we have Menace on this card. It starts your engines, and if you do get up to max speed, you can give it it gets double strike.
It just has double strike, which is super powerful for a Menace 1/1 Goblin that is just going to get pumped with other lords and whatnot. And the fact that it gets fire breathing, pseudo fire breathing, very, very good.
Very good. We do have some main deck burn spells, so I'll call those out first. We've got 2 of Burst Lightning to be able to go face.
We love it.
We got Torch the Tower.
Also fantastic.
Awesome card.
Removal card.
Fanatical Firebrand is in MTG Foundations, so it will be around for a while.
Also a fanatical, or a fantastic removal card.
Fantastical
removal card. It's really good against things like Llanowar Elves, stuff like that.
Yeah. Grease Wrench Goblin is another new one. Now, this one is just an uncommon, so it's not as pushed as, say, Burnout Bastronaut, but this is a good little mana sink. You can trade in lands or really anything to just draw cards with this creature.
The fact that it's 3 mana, I'm a little skeptical about it, but I'm trying to look at it for it's just bear value, where it's just a 2/1 for 1 mana, and in Goblins, that is good.
Yes, absolutely. If that's baseline, that is good. Now, this is a Boros deck, and mostly for the sideboard, but in the main deck we do have 2 Get Lost.
Get Lost is incredible. It gets rid of all the things you need.
It does. And you're going to see this in other lists because this card is just standalone amazing, but I am a huge fan of Draconautics Engineer. This is a very cool new card.
This is the weirdest thing on the list. This is such a weird card.
It is.
Look at all the abilities of this thing. It's dude, what? You can give your other creatures haste, but if you do, this thing gets a +1/+1 counter. And then it also has exhaust for 4 mana, so this is a big mana sink. If you have the mana to do it, you can. 4/4 red dinosaur dragon with flying. And I assume you can give it haste with the other abilities.
Right. Yeah, so if you had the 5 mana and this guy just sitting on the board, bam. You go 4 to make the 4/4, and then boom, and it's build your own 7, power just out of nowhere.
That's nothing to scoff at. That's pretty cool.
It's not. It's really neat. So this card is a lot of fun. Runebelt Hordemaster, believe it or not, is still in Standard.
I forgot about this card, to be honest.
It's in Dominaria, and I've played this card a bunch. I've played this card in Paper. It's one of the more unique, what we call Lords in Magic. Lords being a tribal creature card that says all of the other creatures of this type get +1/+1. But this one has a unique ability to replace itself when it dies, or any other goblin.
Yeah, you playing this card in Paper has shown me how powerful this card is, with the fact that it will always try to replace itself, and every goblin that dies alongside of it will also try to replace itself because of this wild ability.
Yeah, so it's very good for card advantage and card parity, and if your opponent is just 1-for-1ing you, then you're always going to end up ahead when you have Runebelt out.
And that's kind of what some decks we have to try to do against tribal stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because if your opponent, say they Fatal Push Runebelt, but then you exile the top of your library and it's a Draconologist Engineer and you just cast it next turn, I mean, you're fine.
Yeah, you aren't necessarily gaining value, but you're still having a play, which is huge.
Right. Sear Slice Goblin, another Foundations one.
I love this card.
Pretty strong.
Any goblin that's making more tokens, because of how big goblin, or how wide goblins can go, and the fact that you have several lords now that make them bigger, that's a really good ability on a 2-drop.
Oh yeah.
And you don't necessarily have to swing with this card. You
no,
can
not
with
him.
Other little baby goblins. It doesn't matter.
Yep. It's just if a creature you control attacked. Yep. So it's very cool. We've got some new ones in the 3-drop slot, but there is one of Goblin Surprise.
I love the name of this card. I love this card. I love the art. Everything about this is awesome. A 1-drop, I see why it isn't the most powerful card in the deck, but if you're able to use it as an overrun-esque effect, you can just win the game.
Oh, totally.
Think of it as like a similar to Imodane's Recruiter. Also really powerful. But getting 2 1/1s at the end of their turn is no joke.
No, definitely. I enjoy it. It's been strong. I have one with it. It's also one that I have sided out in testing here and there, so we'll see.
Yeah. I can see that.
House Squad Heavy, I mean, we just have more gas.
This is it, dude. This is the card that I am the most hyped on for the deck.
There is so much text on this card. It's kind of like a new Goblin Rabble Master is probably the closest goblin that's akin to it, really. Although this one's driving like a death bus and has a wrench in his hand, so he's got a lot going for him. But let's go down this mini list of text because you start your engines with this card.
Okay.
This one is like sandwiched in there, and you would almost just overlook it. But other goblins you control have haste. Very good.
That is a powerful ability in general. So.
In general, at the beginning of combat, this is where I compare it to like a Rabble Master. You create a 1/1, and that 1/1 has to attack only that combat, but it does have to attack.
That is an insanely powerful ability.
Oh yeah.
So you're once again just like Sear Slicer Goblin, you're going super wide with it.
Yes. And it pays you off for going super wide because if you happen to get max speed, you can tap this guy and I think you even related it to like Krenko, but you just make like a ton of mana for each goblin you control.
Which the reason I compared it to Krenko and when we were talking about it is because Krenko just makes a bunch of dudes, right?
Yeah,
Krenko
he sees for however many goblins you have.
He sees a bunch of goblins, he makes a bunch of goblins. Well, this guy sees a bunch of goblins, taps enough mana to then make you drop your entire hand, which is just a bunch of goblins.
Yes.
So, similar effect in that weird roundabout way.
Now, the synergy here is high because all of these other payoffs that we talked about, or payoffs and mana sinks, rather, you get to do them with that mana. So, I've definitely, tapped House Squad Heavy for like 8 mana, got to do all the payoffs on Draconologist Engineer, draw some cards with Grease Wrench Goblin, or pump Burnout Bastronaut.
I think the design team for Goblins did a fantastic job for Aether Drift. It is awesome.
These are, there's some cool ones, man. We're going to run one of Squee. He's still here as well.
He's a classic, man.
And then we got Lifecraft Engine, which when I told Blake about this, he was like, oh man, this card's just going to be good for a long time. And this is like a tribal artifact payoff.
I will tell you guys a side tangent here. This card is probably going to shoot up in value price-wise, like monetary speaking, because it's similar to Roaming Throne in the sense that it is great for every tribal deck. Either way, it is, like I said, really good for any tribal deck, so obviously put it in Goblins. Make all your Goblins have +1/+1. Also, it has Pseudo Haste. Whenever you play a new Goblin, you can animate this and swing. And also, Crew 3 looks scary. It's not because it's pumping the creature that cruises, so you just need a power of 2.
Yes, and so there's going to be commander applications with this thing, but it's good in this deck too. It's right at home.
Awesome.
As far as, we got one more. Yeah, Volley Veteran. This is a Foundations Goblin, but yeah, I do love cards like this. The classic card that is like the 4 mana that's a creature that comes in and deals damage that's really, really old for you super old heads is Flame Tongue Kavu, but this is like an FTK. And now, granted, you have to have goblins, but you're gonna have goblins.
You are gonna have goblins. Big shout out to Oliver Bernard because holy heck, dude, the art is just exactly what goblin art should be. It's chaotic. There's a chicken. There's some pantaloons in the background. Tomatoes flying around. I don't even know what the other thing is. A cucumber.
And he's huge. The veteran himself.
This veteran is huge, and he's guiding all these goblins that are going to come raid your village.
Yeah.
Very, very cool card. Amazing ability when it enters, and it's also going to be an insane beater if it gets haste.
True, yeah. If you just happen to have a House Squad heavy, it will have haste then, and if you have Runevelt or Lifecraft engine, it's a 5/3 haster.
And it's going to blow up the thing that your opponent has because of how many goblins you're going to have. It does what it's supposed to and more.
Indeed. Now, like we said with the Get Lost, this is a Boros deck, so it's a pretty clean mana base. You're going to do 4 of the Forges, 4 of the Vantages, and 4 of the Sunbillow Verge.
Yep, you got to have all your white sources just so you can have the access to the sideboard that we're going to show you. You do have 2 Soulstone Sanctuaries, as that is a tribal land and is able to be animated, and then also gets all the pumps from all the other lords you have. Also, it's just a very reliable win condition late game.
Definitely.
And with the ability to animate it with House Squad heavy, because you have an insane amount of mana, it really isn't hard.
Yeah, it's there. Now moving on to the sideboard, this is where the white payoff is there. And I've bragged to Blake leading up to recording this that I really like the construction of this sideboard. It's got like kind of, to me, like a throwback feel of instead of just running, 3 ofs and 4 ofs, it's running a lot of 1 ofs and 2 ofs, but like you just identify which matchups you want those specific ones, and they're accomplishing the same thing but being different cards.
Yes.
So I enjoy that.
I do love a sideboard that knows what it wants at different times, and I think that's what this does. Looking through it, Requisition Raid being the first card, this is a very versatile card, and I've overlooked this card several times before. I think it's kind of pushed for an uncommon, seeing it as just 2 mana to do any of these abilities, and you can do all of them if you want to, if you have the mana. But blowing up an artifact's huge. Blowing up an enchantment is very huge right now in the meta. And if you don't have either of those going on, who cares? I'm going to pump my entire board. And it's permanent pumps. They're +1/+1
They're counters. They're counters.
Which is crazy, because if you look back at Magic's history, 2 mana, that wouldn't exist. That is insane. Give every single creature a +1/+1 counter.
For 2 mana. Yeah. Huge. So it's balanced by being a sorcery, but overall, super flexible card. Surge of Salvation is like a rock star in this sideboard. It's how you beat like red sweepers like Pyroclasm.
It certainly is, and there are a lot of red sweepers out there, guys. I just want you to remind you, there's Pyroclasm out there. There's a new one, Fuel the Flames.
Yeah, Fuel the Flames.
Fuel the Flames is out there. You have
Slagstorm,
Brotherhood's End, Ill-Timed Explosion. The list goes on. So the card's good. Just pointing it out.
Tectonic Hazard, pretty obvious as well. If your opponents are low to the ground, go wide. I don't know if people are still trying to Insidious Root you, I guess. I don't know. This card's good.
There's a lot of 1-toughness creatures out there. It's good.
Towards the Towers, we can go up to 4 of them.
This card is the probably best red removal spell in Standard. So, and you can sack your tokens. You're going to make a ton of tokens of the deck. You also have a few artifacts and enchantments, but mainly the tokens are going to be your fodder.
Yeah. A Braid, self-explanatory, but just good.
Good red sideboard card.
And then other classic sideboard cards for white, Destroy Evil.
If you are playing white in Standard right now, you have to have this in your sideboard.
I agree.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The card is exactly what is needed against the current meta.
Rest in Peace is super value, getting to run this in a deck like this so that you don't just lose to graveyard shenanigans.
I will say this card is a must-have if you're not running Ghost Vacuum or any kind of graveyard hate. I think you have to have some. Those 3 animated decks are certainly out there. I will say it does turn off the Runevelt.
It is a nombo with Runevelt. So Runevelt, the creature has to die for you to get that trigger. So
if you do put in the Rest in Peace, you may want to take one of them out, but he's still a Lord, so I don't know. I'm indifferent about that. Why? The Dewdrop Cure, dude.
So Dewdrop Cure, I mean, this isn't uncommon. This is not just gonna, be insane or overly powerful.
It's just the saddest mouse in the world. No, the card's
about to get a cure.
The card's cool. The card is very cool.
These 2 cards here, Dewdrop Cure and Takacia's Welcome, are my favorite cards in the sideboard, because whenever you run into a grindy matchup, you just throw these in and they're so good. But if you haven't seen Dewdrop Cure, I mean, this is the perfect deck for it, just about, because it's mana value 2 or less. So we just went all over all the things you can get with that. And you can get up to 3 of them. Yeah, you let your opponent draw a card, but if you get Burnout, Bastronaut, Engineer, and Horde Master for 3 mana back onto the battlefield after they board wiped it, so good.
Yeah, that's a lot of value.
A lot of value.
It also is like, hey, you blew my stuff up, and I'm SOL, I'm out of the game. No, you're not.
Right. And these are just, gold fishing scenarios, but say you do drop Cure and you have 4 lands, and you happen to get back the engineer and 2 other creatures, well, you give the other creatures haste, and you just go to town. So it's fun. Takasia's Welcome is how you also grind people by just recouping cards.
I've seen this card pop off before in the past, and I've used it as a sideboard card, I believe, a few times. It's just a very powerful like draw engine. It's really good against control decks that are trying to like punish you for playing creatures, and you're like, no, I'm just gonna keep drawing them. So
all the time. And then we rounded out with the new Chandra, which is a lot of fun.
This card is wild. Chandra is actually an artifact planeswalker now. If you look at her ultimate, she's making vehicles. She's stacking artifacts, discarded cards, and drawing cards, and doing all kinds of nonsense. But mainly, she's just doing 0.
Yeah, it's a cool bike too.
It's a cool bike. You get a little Tron cycle, and you can swing it immediately with her ability.
Yeah, it's
and
really fun.
You also can make a bunch of these eventually and swing with them with like pseudo haste with your goblins because the crew one is easy peasy.
Totally.
So cool planeswalker. I think that's really good against control decks as well.
That's the plan. And so there you have it. This is Boros Goblins by Chen from the Pro Tour. Let's blast off with it into Standard Ranked. All right.
So this is a good hand, yeah.
This hand is good, yeah. It's fine. I mean, we would trade 1 land. We would trade this for another spell, but, I mean, we'll take it.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
We're on the draw.
Got a good old grease piece wrench goblin. Wow.
Grease wrench, yeah.
One of those alliteration things, man. Good old grease wrench goblin.
Hey, and we drew
That's huge.
An even better 1-drop. The Bastronaut is very underrated.
Certainly is.
This card has a lot going for it.
Got like a technical fire breathing.
And it also has pretty good art. So.
I still don't know what it's holding. What is it holding?
They look like torches.
Okay. It's burning. Okay, it's burning now, yeah.
Okay. Well, we have options here, and I think we play Runevelt.
I was thinking the same, so I'm glad we're on the same page. Let's do it. Runevelt. Elsie Smite. Kidding.
Damn. Our opponent appears to be...
Oh, they're on fucking Zur, dude.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is domain all the way. Whoa.
Cornucopia.
Maybe not.
Gotcha. Well, we can't interact with that.
That's fine.
So we'll just have to do our own thing, which is also fine.
Yep.
I do think we do this turn. Alternatively, we could play this. And
I think we play that. I think you play
this.
Yeah.
And
I just am worried about
our dude.
Worried about like maybe the possible board wipe next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pump it up. Pump it up. We get 3.
I mean,
Burnout's gonna be huge next turn.
Yeah, we're gonna be there soon.
That'll be awesome.
Now, what's nice is we can cash in some of these lands.
Yeah.
For this guy.
Yep.
All right. You have 5 mana.
All right.
And you have any color over here.
That's Sunfall mana, buddy.
Yeah.
Archangel mana. Cool.
Okay.
Goodbye, Runevelt.
This has been a while since this card has been played.
Yeah, so I guess they actually might be on a more
Exile Lifecraft
domain.
engine.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
Okay, we draw House Squad Heavy.
We can destroy that.
But now we just do these 2. Yeah.
We do that. Bang. Enjoy your explore tokens.
He's at 17, which is really annoying.
Yeah, the 3 life is annoying. We're at 4 now, though.
Alright, so if we get to untap
Got a lot of plays.
with Draconautics next turn, we have an insane amount of plays, yeah. Because we have the heavy.
Yeah, heavy's gonna be another one.
Yeah, he's gonna kill Draconautics.
He's gonna he has to kill Draconautic. Oh, he's going for Bastronaut.
Okay, I mean
Sweet.
it is Menace Double Strike, but yeah, please be a land. Okay, we're in it. All right, we'll probably keep that one in our hand, but we can play this one. I think. Let me think. We got 1, 2, 3. We're gonna play 1, 2, 3. No, we need this land. 1, 2, 3 for this guy, and then we will give it haste, and then we will go to combat, and
you gotta swing that little guy.
we do.
I guess pull out what you don't want.
So we're not. I mean, we're basically not swinging any of this. And that guy has to be swung, but while we have the mana, okay, before damage, activate this.
Make a big boy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Make this. Okay. We technically have it here too, but that's fine. Alright, opponent. We have a decent board now.
Alright. Dude, Cornucopia is brutal with a life gain.
Mm-hmm.
This is like traditional domain. Okay, well I guess not, because Homewoods is huge.
Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily care about all the life gain. We can scale our board. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely we'll block. Why would he do that? He has to have a trick, right?
Yeah.
Like, what trick?
Okay. So he could have just done that anyway.
Yeah, he should have, because he could have gained 3 more life.
Yeah, I think is this worth making into 2 different cards? You think this is not good enough?
I don't think it matters right now. They have too many big things in the field.
Okay.
Dang.
Okay. 3-2 now. Okay, so we definitely play it. And this only does 1, so I don't know. We kind of have to pass.
Yeah, we don't really have any good place here.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
that has to swing. Yeah.
Hang it.
All right.
All right. Probably not our best matchup right off the bat. With all the life gain, it's just like we prefer you not to gain life. But now that you do that, we're a little sad.
Yeah, we need like.
I'm trying to think of a way out. You have one?
I mean, yeah, Rune Belt would be insane.
Oh yeah, your Rune Belt would be huge. Shoot, even another Draconautics Engineer wouldn't be bad. What you got? All right, well now it'd be bad.
Yeah, I mean now too we need like another Get Lost for the Archangel.
Yep.
Because I mean we can go like really wide and have like a big board, but
let's be able to play.
Yeah. I definitely have not played against Archangel of Wrath with this deck, that's for sure.
I haven't played against Archangel of Wrath in a long time.
Yeah.
That's that's not a bad card.
That can actually do something.
Yep.
I
can technically
so now I think we swing.
Yeah.
I think we...
You want to hold back House Squad?
Yeah, but the other thing is I think we also can just kill Archangel of Wrath instead. Maybe we can swing these.
I don't think he'll block. I don't think he will.
If he blocks one of these, it's not even a big deal.
Sure.
Okay.
So, well.
We just do it on his turn? Burst Lightning? Because we can Burst Lightning plus Fanatic or plus Firebrand kill Archangel.
Yeah. Oh, he's got to play? And now we have to do it.
Yeah, now we have to do it.
Kick it. And blow it up with a little Fanatical Firebrand. It's kind of wild that we can do that. But,
yeah.
You know,
okay.
And we have a mana we can use. Oh no, it's fortunately not available. Alright, well, we still have stuff. More beans, more beans. Draw lands.
Yeah. We're gonna need it. Let's go to 10 this time. Leave this token back next turn. Block with.
Another
one. And he draws 2 cards.
Yep.
Alright. If we don't... I don't know. If we don't have a good top deck here... Yeah. Not gonna be enough.
Let's go to the next one.
Okay.
There isn't to show him more information.
Alright, so I do think we have aggro enough draws, but he's going to get better after post board, so against a grindy deck like that, we'll bring in the Chandras.
Chandra seems pretty good.
We'll bring in the Dewdrop Cure.
I'd like Surge of Salvation.
Yep, Destroy Evil. Akasi is welcome. So I like all of those. I like Destroy Evil a lot. This blows up his Angel.
All his enchantments.
It blows up all of his enchantments.
The only thing I'm thinking about, sir, is Angel can't target it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that counts as black and red, right? Because of its ability. It's technically white,
no, it's a white permanent.
I didn't know if the kicker counted for it. I guess not then, yeah. Never mind. I take it back. It's that then.
Yeah, because, I mean, and I don't think we need a braid. We could put this in.
I think Requisition Raid is a good call.
Yeah.
Alright, so what is, like, bad against him right off the bat?
Okay, so we don't need Towards the Tower.
That card doesn't do anything. Burst
we
Lightning
can take all the Fanatics out.
So the Fanatic doesn't seem great. I would take a singular Burst Lightning. We're just putting in a lot of spells, and the card is not... It's just more spells.
Yeah, but it is reach against them.
It is a little bit of reach, and you can't hit face.
I could trim one of these Lifecraft Engineers.
I was thinking that as well, but yeah, we have plenty of pump. We're good. Seems clean.
Yeah.
I was actually considering a land at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did draw a bunch right there.
I haven't experimented with siding a land out in this deck, but I probably should. Alright, we're on the play. Oh, alright,
I would say, do you... Oh, okay, I thought we got another one-lander. Alright.
This hand's good.
This is good.
Drop
a howl?
We can probably put this back.
Oh, the surprise, sure.
Yeah. Even though you can just win out of nowhere with that.
You really can, though.
We just don't have a 1-drop, which is sad, but we did side, 4 of the 1-drops out. That's okay. What do you do, opponent?
What do they do? They think.
Fumi Fumi?
Are they still thinking about keeping a hand?
I don't know. They're on the clock, though. Okay. Fast turn.
Seer Slicer coming in. I like that he's holding the stick. A little slicer stick. Good stick.
I kind of wanted to bait. I didn't know if they were going to have a 2-drop.
Ooh, Takashi's welcome.
That's kind of interesting.
I think we go that, dude.
Yeah, because we will get to draw a card right now.
He's not going to expect enchantments. But we got to... Yeah. That's just good. That is just good. That's a really... That's like our version of beans.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, we gain some life. Bird Migration, man. He's playing like the classic list. Like, this is really wild, but it's... Ooh,
that's
hello, Chandra. We play Chandra,
Yeah,
dude.
we just do Chandra. Just make a dude this time.
When this race is over, you're all gonna
And then go to combat. It triggers.
Draw all the damage, get a guy. Get Takashi's welcome. Thank you for drawing a card. I love it. Awesome. Very good. Dude, this is wild. Our curve has been nice.
Yeah. And we do have like a really explosive turn eventually if we want. Like we double up on these guys. You get this out and then play this when you can give it haste. Yes. Give the heavy haste.
Yep.
You can do a lot.
Let me see that Chandra. I don't really always remember her ultimate. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not actually as relevant in this deck.
No,
but you could make a build around that's much more like artifact aggro with Chandra.
I do like that. I think it's a cool ability.
We definitely should tinker with it sometime.
I don't really think of Chandra as an artifact planeswalker.
I know.
But I guess in this set, maybe.
Sure, lockdown.
Oh man, not lockdown. You got rid of our one creature. Oh, and I guess our pilot. Poor guy. Doesn't make another one.
So which combination do we want to do?
I'm thinking Draconautics.
Draw a card. Get lost. We can get lost this at the end step.
Yeah.
Although it's funny, it is eating their beans up.
That's a good point. Maybe it's intentional. I wouldn't do it yet.
And it's only 2 tokens. So I think we just play Runevelt. Sure. And
get a guy.
Get in there with Chandra.
It's a pretty crazy ability.
Now that's a winning ride.
That's pretty good. Like three damage a turn is pretty cool.
Yeah. They're at 12, and next turn, like I said, we have the crazy, play this.
Yep. At least we have removal for that guy.
Yeah, man. I mean, we are going to be in a good spot. He's got to have like really good stuff. We're about to have a crazy turn if we want it.
I mean, I wouldn't overextend, even though it would be very good.
Well,
Well,
let's
can we
see.
get
Let's see
everything
if we can kill him.
Yeah, so we gotta think about.
We actually can kill them.
12. Like I feel like we can get there with house squad heavy.
Yeah, because all right. So let's do the math. So let's see. We go 1, 2. We play this for 3.
Yep.
We tap 1. We give it haste.
Yes. Then we have.
Then
3 mana.
this. Yeah. Then this makes 3 mana. We play this. It has haste because
for 4.
we tap it for 4. Both of these guys come in.
Yep.
They have haste.
Oh, let's roll it, dude.
Okay.
House squad.
So house squad comes in. Trigger
Draw a
that.
card.
Draw a card.
That's huge too.
Give everything haste. House squad heavy has haste. Oh, he did. We're not. I got ahead of ourselves. Our engines
max
aren't even
speed.
started.
Oh, damn.
It's okay. It's okay.
Still not a bad
we'll
point.
just
Giving
we'll
it
just
haste is
keep
still
our
good.
we'll just keep our stuff in hand. We'll crew this one,
It's fine.
and
it's
then
fine.
at the beginning of combat, we make this a dude.
Still a lot of damage.
Yeah. Is he dead anyway?
Oh,
okay,
he
he's
is.
dead
We
anyway.
overthought
He's just
it.
dead
We overthought
anyway.
it.
Okay.
We were about to have the most nuts turn if we.
I was confused. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, the mana, but you have to be max.
We looked past the death already.
All right. Well, Chandra was great.
Yeah, Chandra
and that
was
shows
great.
like the dirtle potential of his deck. I mean, he temp lockdown us, but
Yeah.
Chandra was great.
So
I don't
obviously-
think we changed anything, right?
I don't think so either. I think Seer Slicer's pretty dang good.
Yeah. Okay. We don't change anything. Yeah, I was like thinking we had max speed, but yeah, you have to have max speed for house squad to do all the things.
That was ambitious, but very cool.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right. Yeah, we got a mulligan. I don't know. It's tough though. We do have 2 1-drops
I
and the
know.
best land. But we probably should mulligan because if we just
Mulligan, don't do it.
don't draw land, this is fine.
Get rid of the Goblin Surprise.
Yeah, that card is good, but it's a one of. You don't need it all the time.
Yeah. I feel like Goblin Surprise is like a card that should send us straight to jail.
Yeah.
Goblin Surprise is a crazy card.
Hey,
All right.
I wanted to draw
There
1
we
drop.
go. 1 drop for the win.
Now we just want to land next turn.
It's crazy to me how powerful this little guy is.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's not the Bastronaut, but he's pretty good.
No, it's for an uncommon is what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
Like that's just a really good. I mean, draft card is good.
Right.
When limited, it's good, and like, it's good. It's just a cool goblin. I assume it's in most EDH goblin decks too. Just because
Yeah,
you
at
draw
this
cards,
point,
like.
yeah, I would think so. And like, especially when you're talking about Commander, like you can just have build rounds where like the graveyard matters with like Daretti and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Fine draw as well. He's gonna be able to Wrath next turn probably.
Yeah.
So do we not overextend basically? Like we can use 3 mana to do 1 more damage with this, discard this mountain, draw a new card.
I was kind of thinking that too.
All right.
Volley veteran, dude. Let's
Yeah.
go.
This is also sometimes you side this out because it's 4 mana. And against a control deck like this, if he's wiping our board, this is likely to not do a lot of damage.
They might be able to kill
But
like the angel though.
yeah,
That's where I was thinking with it.
well, we didn't draw our 4th land, so that was a little bit punishing.
I think we go.
Go Room Goat,
No, I think we go Draconautics here.
just put him in play.
Yeah.
All right, we can do a second main.
Or
phase
maybe
then.
maybe you're right with Runevelt. We played. No, I think we played Draconautics.
Okay.
Because if he 10 blocks down, at least we have an answer, right? You know, if
Yeah.
that's the kill spell, like, sure. Okay, now I feel like he's not going to have it. So I'm
Don't
really
exile land.
very much
Oh, it's just exile, so yeah, it doesn't kill it.
interested in Draconautics now. And because he didn't play anything.
Yeah.
But,
And this
it
this
might be
lets us
really good
like
next turn.
ambush him next turn
Yeah.
potentially.
Like if we have haste next turn, if he doesn't do anything to stop that, that's going to be relevant.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. Ooh. Oh yes, dude.
Okay.
Oh yes, he must have like a removal spell, right?
Oh, that's also a draw.
That is a draw.
I think we just play that.
I think you're right.
Dang, I did punish us for discarding that mountain,
That was my
though,
fault.
man.
I chose to do that. You misclicked it?
No, not
Hit
yet.
the wrong type. 7, bud. Let's go.
All right, dude. What is he doing over there?
I mean, he's
He
dead.
just doesn't have. He has every color of mana though, because he has an everywhere.
He's dead to Chandra.
Yeah.
Like if he doesn't have a creature, he's dead to Chandra.
I mean, because we do have the removal spell for his Haunt Woods.
Also, we have Livecraft Engine.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. He's
yeah.
still dead though.
Yep. Well, he doesn't know about Destroy Evil.
Nice. Got him. Got him. Okay. So, I mean, yeah,
Just
just keep
destroy
it
evil.
elementary.
Yep.
Destroy evil, your lifelink creature,
And,
and
win the game.
win the game.
You didn't have to animate that. You did the man dirty.
Well, yeah, he's
I'm
dead.
proud of
He's
you.
dead. He's dead. All right, moving on.
So that game felt awesome. I mean, I
Yeah.
was worried with the amount of like board wipes and stuff he was gonna have. I was like, oh man, are we gonna be able to push through it? And the second game showed how dirtily he could be, like you mentioned.
And second game, we got turn 3 Takasia's welcome on the play, which
That-
felt really good.
That was pretty tasty. I think the last game was the truth. Like it was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is the truth. He has plays, we have plays, but seeing that we had like, we also didn't draw a ton of land. So having
We
creature
had
after
gas.
creature, we had mad gas.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we also had Chandra,
Mhm.
and I feel like if we had drawn the fourth land, we were like guaranteed the win.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we discarded the land.
We were
But,
confident we were finding another one.
you
but-
know, but no, yeah, I am glad because after that first game, if you started to watch it and then you were tuning out because you're like, oh, this just seems like a horrible matchup, but hey, we came through, and
Yep.
this deck does have a lot of ability to, you know, you shouldn't give up after the first board wipe with this deck. In
Oh, yeah.
fact, probably not even the second one, maybe a third. But, you know.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So let's see if we can do that again. All right, this hand is a fine hand.
J Mac, let's go.
We're on the draw. Our opponent decided to
dude.
mulligan.
Look at our opponent's robot.
Oh, that's really cool.
Wild looking. Office Inspector.
Novice
Whoa.
Inspector's good.
What
But our
will-
guy has menace.
We do have menace. He does start the engine. Alright. Oh, he's going Warden.
Yep.
Something tells me this is
Don't you
Convoke.
do it. Don't you do it. Okay.
Oh, we
I
still
thought he was
do
going to
it.
blow up his shoe.
Oh, dude.
3 goblins.
Oh, God.
He's already doing a bunch of nut things, though.
He is. I'm not a fan, to be honest. I don't like that.
Mhm.
It's too much stuff. Too good. He's also on the play, which I don't like. Do we just go Runevelt, or do we... I think we go Burnout and Grease Wrench, and then play Runevelt next turn and have a huge play.
Yeah. Or life crafting.
Still.
Either way,
Either
yeah.
way, yeah. But, question is...
We definitely can attack.
I know. I don't want it to get the freaking engines going, though.
I know. Oh, look, there's a little mole down here.
He's
you guys
down there.
can't see it.
You bonk him
oh,
on the
you
head.
can.
It's bonked.
Jeez, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
He's doing it all.
It's okay. It's okay. When we swing next turn, he'll be like, what? Hello, Squeak. I still think we're on life grab, but
Yeah, just to use all the mana, because then if we draw a land, we could go double Runevelt.
yep. Oublon. We swing the burnouts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be a crazy
I mean, he
game.
can't necessarily comfortably swing Knight Errant.
Yeah, if he has,
He can't comfortably swing anything.
if he has, the one guy though, right? The Anthem on a stick.
Oh, we're dead. If he has Anthem on a stick, we die. But it's 3 mana, so. I remember the name of that card. Immodane's Recruiter?
Immodane's Recruiter.
Alright, you're trying to get flying. Trying to go over the top. It flies.
That is a challenging creature.
Beat. Blow up the Knight Errant.
Yeah, just trade it with this.
Absolutely. Like, Lifecraft Engine is just a 4-4 that's going to get chumped for days. At least this thing kills that. Beat. Oh, that sucks. Dang. We lost the Bastronaut, dude.
Dang, that thing just took so much punishment.
It did, it really did. Hey, we got the land though, so now we can just go double Runevelt.
Problem is, this ward is so good.
I think we still swing the Bastronaut though, because it kills one of his things. It does feel bad though, right? Like
Yeah, because if
maybe we don't. If we keep
we keep it
open, we
around,
can
then
have
it'll
fire
eventually be
breathing.
double strike.
Yeah.
Or
that's
yeah,
true.
next turn, yeah, we
Well,
can.
It will never get there if we don't do damage.
Correct, but I mean, this is a good fodder
That's fair,
piece to
that's
just
fair.
shove tokens in.
Yeah, let's pass them.
I mean, dude, he's got a really good hand here, game one. We're
He
gonna have to
does.
lean on our sideboard, but we do have like a lot of removal
Yeah.
in the sideboard. We have more burn spells, like we're gonna go up to max towards the tower. and really, actually,
Heavy
on
would be
this,
good here.
yeah, that would be a good draw. Yeah, right now too, we need Get Lost. I mean, we have to kill the Warden because everything we run into, it's just gonna die.
Just the vigilance part of it. Card's good. It is a while to set up, but it's just good. Oh, he got it.
Okay,
He did have it.
it's definitely G. I mean, it's not. It's
13,
not.
it's
but
19 total. 19 damage total.
Let's look at it for a second. How much do we take here? 8,
15.
12, 15.
Yep.
We go to 1.
And we win right now.
Probably, honestly. Squeeze definitely the play because it gets 2 dudes. I don't know. We're gonna just send.
I mean, he just died.
Okay.
I was like, wait, did he really just let it happen? Oh,
He still
right.
blocked the biggest thing.
I know, but he just didn't leave enough creatures to block with.
All right.
Dude, he was just greedy. He was greedy.
You want to talk about stealing game 1? That was great.
That was great. That was just amazing.
All right, so more towards the towers.
The tectonic hazard
Yeah.
is...
It's okay. I mean,
it's
it does kill these.
That's about it.
And you gotta imagine.
And the goblins. Kills the goblins. So
Yeah,
yes, you're right.
he's gotta
It goes
have
in.
stuff,
It goes
right?
in. This
What else
isn't
do you
bad.
like?
Pro red isn't bad, but it's not amazing. Most of his stuff is white.
Do you like a braid as
I
just
like
another removal spell?
I like Requisition Raid because you can pump all of your creatures.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like about it.
Okay. And then do you like a braid just as another bolt, like the bolt like this thing, hopefully?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like it doesn't feel bad.
Okay.
I think Takashi's Welcome is good against him.
For us?
If we can get it online, it's good.
That one I'm less sold on.
It's just one of those cards where I'm like, if we can outpace them, but
Mhm.
it is Convoke, so outpacing Convoke sounds insane, right? Like,
Right.
And now I'm also pulling it back. Is Volley Veteran good enough against them with the amount
No.
of creatures they have?
Right. Like most of the time, this isn't going to kill something important.
No.
It's a good cut here. Goblin
With that
Surprise
being
could
said,
actually be something.
Can we drop
to...
a land? We just dropped the 4th drop, like a singular mountain
Excuse me.
or a Soulstone, because we'll probably never animate it.
Okay. I mean, Soulstone's good.
That is a great card. I just
Because it is a goblin.
Against them particularly, like I don't see them like board wiping us and then us having nothing left. Like
Yeah. And we only need 3 cuts. We can probably cut a Firebrand, but it's gonna have utility.
because
in
we
this
put in
game.
the 1-drop Tectonic Hazard, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Do
2 of them, and then we just need 1 card cut.
House
We
Squad?
could cut. We could cut the Goblin Surprise. We cut a House
No,
Squad.
cut the surprise.
Surprise can be good in aggro mirrors because like the actual
It is
creatures that you can win with, but this is fine.
Okay.
Just more removal. We have enough win conditions, and you know. But yeah, I have trimmed House Squad heavy as a 1 of trim.
Yeah.
As a sideboard before. I mean, you have 4 of them, but that card is really good.
I would say it's really good.
It's really good. All right. I guess we
can't.
mulligan.
Yeah, we can't keep that. We need to have some kind of game plan. That's good.
Yeah, this is good.
Drop a squee.
I was more thinking this Firebrand, even though it's a turn 1 play.
I like the fact that we can kill his first little creature.
Do you want to put this back?
I am tempted to that as well. I'm just worried. Yeah,
Because this is like
put the raid back. Put the raid back.
kind of the strongest card in our hand.
All right. Let's see a good thing. See?
Nesting
See?
bot.
There we go. There's those things.
Um,
I think we go creature, yeah.
yeah.
I
But
don't
we
think
can't
swing.
kill it.
No, we don't swing.
Dude,
We
this is
want-
so good in his deck.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh my gosh. He gets to blow it up with the thing.
Yep.
And we take it. What's the card I'm forgetting?
You're talking
name
about the damn. It's gonna do it right here. Make 3 goblins.
Yeah, can we kill it in response to that? Is this an additional
I believe
cost?
it's an additional cost.
No, it's not. It's destroy target artifact.
Ah,
I
you're
think
right,
we
'cause
can.
you're
I
right.
think we get to. I think we get to play around
If
it.
it's an artifact you control, you get 3 guys. Oh, well, yeah, we can play around it because we have Firebrands fighting.
Yeah, that's why I'm not. Yeah, that's why he just has to sit
so
there.
We just play Seer Slicer, and then
and
we
pass.
can swing fire. Oh, we get the value there. Right. We can keep
I think we have to do it this way because
No,
it
you're right.
super
You're totally
accelerates
right.
him.
What?
He just scoops.
What?
Well, our opponent gave up.
I don't even know,
On the second game, they gave up, so that was sad. But the card we were thinking of was Gleeful Demolition.
Gleeful Demolition's the
And
card.
so that was fun. I mean, I feel like they totally had it. We don't know.
He
but
looked
so,
at the card and then he looked at Fanatical Firebrand and I was like, well.
Yeah, because what we had on deck was basically he had his 1/1 nesting bot,
Yep.
and you have to target that with Gleeful Demolition, and it has to resolve. You have to
does.
destroy the artifact, and then you get the goblins. So we could have sniped it in response, and he would have nothing.
Yep. And then it would just be over. You know,
Yeah.
like then you kind of blew your turn and then we're just going to play several more goblins and win the game. So
And game one, he did. It's funny. I sat there with his big attack, and I'm like, "We're dead, right?"
Yeah.
And then I looked at it, and I was like, "Well, we have 2 dudes that we get to kill 2 of his dudes with,
Yeah.
and they will live." Because we had 2, like a 4/3 and a 3/3.
Yep.
Killed 2 of his 2/2s, and just one on the next turn.
He's the one in the next turn, but also that it just goes to show that you have to like. That's one of the plays where it makes or breaks you as a Magic player.
Yeah, instead of
Like-
just scooping.
Like, are you good enough to know when to swing correctly? And
Yeah.
it was wrong of him to play that turn, or at least to swing out completely.
Yeah, because he also just
Like
still
he
had.
just didn't even count the power and toughness on our field. He didn't even consider
Yeah.
the blocks.
He had Warrant, he had the Warden of the Inner Sky turned on. All he had to do was just poke with that, like
Yeah,
2
that-
more turns.
We probably would have won.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was like, "Oh, there's no way we're going to beat this unless we have an answer for it." And he just he threw it. He threw the match.
Yep,
But we like when they do that.
we take those,
We take the
and
wins.
we will do it again. And on the play. And is gas.
Hand is insane. We keep
I
hand.
mean, it's fine, yeah. Hopefully, like, I love when these things get to kill something. But, if they don't get to kill something, then they're fine. They're just little rockets.
Meow. They are pretty much little rockets.
Oh, don't you do it.
That Tolarian Academy.
Tolarian Academy, yeah.
What the hell? What an old art. Oh, he's got
Ooh.
islands. That explains the
Blue.
academies.
Well, we're gonna hit you, bud. I mean, I'm not afraid to just go all in against this island here.
Right?
I think we do. I mean, he might go plains, temp lockdown, and I'll be sad, but
I doubt it.
I think we gotta go
I
for
doubt it. I think he's gonna have.
What do you think he
nothing.
is? Storm Chaser's talent deck? Or like a...
an island? I know nothing. Okay, so now it looks like Pixie. Or just Dimir mid-range.
Deck moved.
All right.
Just want to keep your info, huh? Hate that.
don't-
If he's regular Dimir, he could also have had Fairy Mastermind in his hand, and this just destroys
Regular
it.
Dimir runs Cut Down, runs Fairy Mastermind.
Mhm.
I don't know, dude.
What do you sideboard when we do?
I think you
run
take
into
out
set?
Torch the Towers.
You think so?
I think you take out. We just assume that he's on control. I think you just go as aggro as possible, and also Sword of Salvation is going to be good.
Yeah, I like Surge of Salvation. I could see the argument for these for this card.
Yeah, I like that. I think we take out the Torch.
I could
Towers.
just see taking out Volley Veteran,
That's even a better option.
just like that. I mean, because these, if
keep
he,
keep it simple because we don't want to overdo it. You're
yeah,
right.
if he is regular Dimir, then the torches will have targets, and we have to keep him
very
off
true.
creatures so he can't kite to us,
I was playing very much under the assumption that he's still
like
maybe not.
hardcore control.
I don't know.
Yeah. Hands of keep.
I like seeing Bastronaut in the opening hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's Dimir.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Do we Bastronaut or do we kill his thing?
We play Fanatic.
Kill it.
I don't think we kill it. We can hold it
Just
in
wait.
response.
Okay.
Like,
If he goes to explore.
if it goes to combat or explore, yeah, we can blow it up. Might make his turn a little bit worse. Okay, well, he only has the one now.
Did you keep a one lander though?
I hope so.
No. Veil land. Do we still kill one?
Yeah. Wait. We can take it this time. I want to
Why?
swing. I want to swing at him.
Well, this you can't swing and
No,
do
I know.
this.
I know. Maybe. No, you're right. Blow it up. Blow it up. Let's play safe. Boom. The less creatures he has, the better chance we have to not have to deal with Kaido.
Right.
So I think now I'm on Burnout, but burst it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we're hoping to draw a land this coming turn. I mean, we can play everything, but we still need to make our land drops.
Yep.
Yeah, because right here he goes swing and...
Kaido. Yeah, we blow it. 1000%. Now, I can't play Kaido as turns. Either spends a turn counterspelling this, because it's sure, go for it. Awesome. Go Kaido. We'll take 1.
Yeah.
Did you look at the Explore token thinking he could do it instant speed?
Well,
he was like,
he?
wait, he like flicked at him, and I was like, damn.
That will be good eventually. I guess we just play Engineer then.
I was actually on the board of playing Runebelt, but I understand.
Well, because if you get the Engineer in play, then, you know, next turn, if we wanted to, we get to haste things.
If we get another mana.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Well, even if we just play, like, that means we can haste this next turn, for example.
Yes. There. I guess you were right the other game. He just had Fairy in his hand. He's like, oh, I can't play this against Fanatical. Well, there's another reason I wanted to hold it, but I think we played right there. Alright, so he's definitely trying to get the Kaido out, which he obviously can now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But, it's Kaito.
Bane of Nightmares.
Lucky for us, most of our stuff has haste.
Yeah.
So Kaido's dead.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't get to necessarily just draw cards because we can just kill it. Kaito is like the most annoying when you can't pressure it, you know?
Yep.
Then it's like a
If
nightmare.
you're playing against mid-range, this deck is so powerful. But that's kind of the thing right now. Mid-range is a little wonky.
Mm-hmm.
If you can call Pixie mid-range, I can see it. Like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how that matchup plays with these two.
Okay, kill Kaito.
Kill Kaido. He just provides too much value. Death to Kaido. Oop. Right on. Sadly, we don't
And unfortunately, you don't speed up
I
for
was
that.
thinking the same thing. I was like, sadly, we do not. Alright, he's getting desperate. Ooh, Tishana.
Ooh, that's a good card. That
He
can counter things.
He
Okay,
never-
he milled it.
Yep.
Why would you mill it? You want to land?
I don't know if he
Or he's just racing us.
I think he's trying to race us, but I don't know if he wins the race. Man.
Okay, man, land too.
We just have such an explosive like possibility of turn. Jesus, if we drew lands, maybe.
Well,
Or
we do
just
this,
that.
though.
I mean, that's good enough.
Or
I messed up.
oh,
I didn't mean to tap the space bar, but I fucked it. We swing both.
okay.
I can't play it. We can pull that one out though. Unless you think of block.
No. And I don't want him to kill that. Do we just pump this then, or are we still gonna extend our board?
No, we extend the board.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just play this guy then. Dead.
Okay. My bad.
Play this one.
We have threats.
Mm-hmm.
Big threats. Alright, he's trying to block this turn.
8.
Oh my god. Can we draw anything else other than Runebelt Goblin? We play it, right?
I'm thinking for a second because here's the thing: if he's on just animate his land and have it as a 4/4, we have a lot of tricks. Because we can instant speed, activate our Draconautics Engineers, and it'll trade.
That's tasty.
Is that better, or is it better just to play Runebelt? Runebelt 2, when a dude dies, we would get exile the
Runebelt
top.
no matter what it trades. So we play Runebelt.
Okay.
We just don't swing this second. We don't swing Runebelts.
Right. You just swing the Engineers?
And the Bastronaut.
You think we do? Yeah. Because he would have to commit to not blocking the Engineers.
Yep. Which, sure, we'll smash for 8. Yeah, I figured that was the trade. That makes the most sense to me, at least.
Triggers.
Yes.
Max speed.
The value.
Nice. Oh, it was a land, yeah.
Damn.
Alright, but maybe there's a land on top now. But we can play this till the end of our next turn.
Yep. Oh, he's
Okay,
trying to draw
sure.
some cards, man.
Sure, you do this now. I mean,
Oh,
we go to 4.
I think he just lost.
Yeah.
That was risky, dude. That was way too risky. I mean, you must have... I hope you have 2 cut downs, dude, because that's it. Okay.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Man.
That was it. We got
I wanted to know what we were going to draw, but we also had, because we had max speed, dude, this thing, all we had to do was pump this once, and that's 8.
Yep. I was like, too easy. Plus, we had Rune Belt in our hand.
Mm-hmm. All right. Down goes Dimir. Hey,
that feels good. I love destroying that deck.
Yeah. What was once probably like the best deck in Standard, man, it's been dethroned for a while.
It has seen a fall,
you know,
with the rise of the Dimir Pixie deck. But even Dimir Pixie is kind of like, it's still top tier, but it's has also taken a fall. Everybody hated on it, and now it's sitting a little bit lower than it was. I think it's fun to beat Dimir. I think it feels great.
Yeah, like I said, Kaito is really good if they're getting under you and then they have all the tempo. But it was pretty sweet. The second he had Kaito, it was just like, all right, play a Lord and kill your Kaito that turn.
That felt good.
With the Rune Belt. And yeah, Goblins did their thing.
And I mean...
We won that last game. Our opponent had like 6 mana, and we had 2.
Yep.
And we won.
We just got there with the 2. Well, everything we could play was only like a mana or 2. We didn't need it. The fact that they couldn't deal with it was kind of wild. I assumed they were going to have cut downs and like more removal, but we still didn't see it. They tried to keep an aggressive hand against us, and to be fair, keeping an aggressive hand against Goblins I don't think is the right play.
You need the control hand.
You have to be able to destroy their stuff, and since we were stuck on 2, it would have really hurt.
It would have, yeah. It would have taken all of our tempo and like board presence away. I would say it's like we could keep refilling, but that's where it comes down to is like we would have been out-tempoed.
Yeah, we would have been out-tempoed.
And we never
that's
were.
What that deck does. It tries to do that. So I think he just played incorrectly, maybe keeping a more aggressive hand and mulliganing to something more controlling. But
or just keeping a hand he saw with Dimir that like, hey, this has worked a million times. Fair. I have Spyglass, Siren, Fairy Mastermind, Kaito. It's got to be good, right?
It is a good play.
But, you know, it's matchup dependent perhaps.
It certainly is. And after the first game, I think it didn't matter that we only put in a little thing, like a few things, and he obviously had a good consideration of what to put in for us.
Yeah.
So, but we're gonna get into the recap and talk more about it. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the recap. What do you think about the Goblins, Blake?
The Goblin deck performed quite well. We are lower ranked right now, but I think this would be an easy deck to grind with through the ladder. Also, a very fun deck to play. I think if you got good at this, you could make some insane gameplays. Like this is one of my favorite decks we've played on the channel in a while, and I certainly would love to come back to it at some time.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I think I personally would make a few changes with it, and obviously it's going to vary with the meta that's happening. Right now, I think it's really well placed. There's a few cards that if I played it, I would probably tinker with.
Okay.
I think the 1-drop slots are fantastic. I have no issues about that. I love Fanatical Firebrand. I love that it's a sideboard card. You can just pop it out and put something else in if you don't see anything with 1 toughness. Or if you don't need to aggro burn the heck out of them, like, the card is awesome. Grease Wrench Goblin performed very well. I'm not even going to comment on Burnout. Burnout was insane. Dude, all the new cards, all the new
Goblins are great, right? I've been so impressed.
I was skeptical at first, and now I have no doubt. Now my brain's like, well, dude, is there any more? Like, I'm greedy.
Right.
Are there more of them?
Sure.
I assume that the man who made this went through quite
Chen,
a list.
Yeah.
Chen went through quite a list of different options, and this is what I ended up on, obviously for a good reason. In our few matches that we played, the only card I think that I would come down on completely because it would help the curve a little bit is Volley Veteran. I would put it in my sideboard, I think. And I think I would come up, I don't know, maybe like another Seer Slicer because that card seemed very good in our testing.
Right.
And I maybe would go up another Draconautics Engineer. Am I crazy to say that?
I mean, no, it's not legendary.
That or maybe a Squee because it's 3 mana, but Squee isn't even like the best thing in the world anymore. Like, I think Squee at one point like had its heyday, but now I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna recur this all the time, but I do think it's strong. It's kind of like the 5th House Squad heavy in the sense of it's a creature like Seer Slicer that produces a creature.
Yeah.
But you totally could. Like, you could, if you wanted to cut like 4 cards for other cards, these are like the 4 cards, probably.
It might just be the aggro player in me, like seeing this as an aggro deck, which it obviously is. It is playing a lot of things that are trying to survive. Like Volley Veteran, for example, is one of those things where I'm like, you don't need Volley Veteran to win the game. While it can be a huge play to get there,
right?
It's one of those things where I'm like, it's 4 mana. This deck's really trying to stay low on the curve, and it's really pushing it up there a little bit. I don't know. I think I'd end up putting it in the sideboard. I think it's
We actually
good
never
enough.
cast it.
We didn't, but it's just
And-
knowing the mana curve.
And then
for
we
it.
sided it out.
Yeah.
So like yes, I definitely get that. I mean, if you wanted to take these 4 cards specifically, I know you didn't even volunteer Goblin Surprise, but just as an example,
yeah.
you could. If you wanted to trim these 4 cards, you could go 4 Draconics, 4 Seer Slicer, and if you need to put these Volley Veterans in the sideboard, you could put these 2 Torch the Towers in the main.
I would actually, personally, I think I would probably run up one more Burst Lightning.
Yeah. Burst Lightning's strong.
Or I probably have to look through the list. I think that Seer Slicer, I think, has to be a 4-up. That card performs very, very well in this build, especially with House Squad Heavy. That's one of the biggest things with it.
Yeah, because even if you just send this one, I mean, you can look, there's an explosion happening behind this creature token he's sent to die. Even if that happens, it just gets replaced with this one.
It does.
So it's pretty great.
But I just meant like the fact that it makes more tokens.
So that
more
House Squad
tokens.
Heavy gets you the mana.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In fact, I would even argue to maybe test it. If you're going to run a 4-drop, why not Krenko?
Yeah,
Volley obviously kills something, but Krenko just goes so wide it might just be too hard to deal with.
Right.
If you don't know Krenko, that's Krenko. Krenko Mob Boss.
Yep. So yeah, I mean that's also an interesting omission from the deck because this is in Foundations, and yeah, I mean this is its own win condition typically.
It really is, and I mean this is a commander for some people. This card's insane. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. If you can give it haste, it just absolutely can go super duper wide where your opponent cannot deal with that amount of creatures.
Yeah, can you imagine the mana implications too with House Squad Heavy?
I could certainly see it happen.
There's things to do with that. I mean, that's why Burst Lightning would also go up in numbers because you would kick it all the time. And
exactly.
You know, then if you have 4 Draconautics, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is if you're going to test this deck, obviously run it as is, see how you feel about it. But there are variations you can run with it, with the core shell being goblins, and the cards on the right are probably the ones that would.
Yeah,
be
I mean the
easiest to
shells
take
like Bastronaut, Runevelt, Engineer, Seer Slice, Heavy.
I also,
then you could tinker around past that.
You can. I'm going to argue that Lifecraft Engine might be a 3-of.
Yeah.
We've played with I'm going to compare it to the Schooner. Schooner being 2 mana, Engine being a Anthem when it enters.
Yeah, it does give you something when it enters.
It is Anthem, which is already typically a 2-3 mana card. So the fact that it enters as an Anthem and it is a vehicle, so it can swing. That's really good. And
I could see it. Here I'm not necessarily gonna save the changes here, but for example, if we did these things that Blake's talking about, it's gonna be like the more aggro version. If you went like 3 of these, 4 of these, and 4 of these. Or if you didn't run the Krenko and you ran, another Burst Lightning, it's just basically the more aggro version.
I think the more aggro version would be the faster way to climb with the deck. But I think once
or if you went like this and just omitted the Krenko.
Yeah, once you get to the end of or the higher tier in the ladder, people will be running more control decks and stuff. So maybe change it out.
And then you'll need the more staying power.
But this is a cool shell. I just love the shell. I think this is a fantastic build.
I enjoyed the sideboard.
I wish that Chin had gotten higher up in the
actually plays better in the Pro Tour. Yeah,
because it's really cool to see a very unique deck like this.
Yeah, and unless we were able to follow his matches, you never know what the matchups were, and it's the Pro Tour. Every player there is going to be very talented. So, but yeah, Chandra was great.
Chandra was great.
I liked it.
I'm very tempted to run.
Welcome is strong.
I'm tempted to run Chandra in other builds as well.
Oh yeah, I kind of want to tinker around with it.
Oh yeah.
So let us know in the comments if you enjoyed this deck. If you want to download it, we highly encourage it. Toy around with it like we were just with the numbers. You can do that by taking the link in the description of the video below to Aether Hub, and that's where you can download the deck. Tell us also in the comments what you want us to play next. You want us to play Chandra? Do you want us to make an artifact Chandra deck? Let us know.
Certainly can. And with that being said, we will catch you next Friday.